All right, something a little different. Just took a trip to Texas from Pennsylvania, and we got a rental from Enterprise. I guess it's their elite group. It was supposed to be a Nissan Xterra or similar. Well, they didn't have an Xterra. They had a newer Honda for us to choose, or this. You could tell just by a quick walk around that it had a hard life, right around 25,000 miles. It is a 22 Toyota Camry. It is the SE model, okay? Single tailpipe. You know, like I said, being a mechanic, I usually do like a walk around, not only that, you know what I mean? This thing has scratches all over the place. The back tires are kind of new. The front ones, amazingly, it made it there with this little lump there. Some dents were in the door. I mean, just, you could tell that this car was used, even for a 22, okay? What was it? I don't know. Had some tape up here. Maybe the windshield was replaced. Something on here. Somebody bumped into something here. It curved the wheel here at one time. It was just kind of rough overall. So, let's do the normal. Let's pop the hood, pop the trunk, check them out. Then we're going to check out the interior. Just kind of see what this thing has. Little button here to hold. We can pop our hood. Let's check out the trunk. Just easy one. So, pretty decent sized trunk. We did have this full of stuff for our trip. Packages, our luggage. You know, we had a case of water in here. The car does come with a full-size spare. Okay. Luckily I didn't have to use any of that stuff, and that's always a good thing. Looks like they got pull tabs here to drop the I guess it's a 40-60 fold seat. Your little glow-in-the-dark handle that they put in these now. It doesn't have you can't drop the center console down and have a little hole to stick stuff through. If you needed to, you'd have to drop the whole seat. As far as your gas door, you have to hold the button. This is one thing we didn't really get to use that much. This is probably the 5th time it's been open, 4th or 5th time it's been open since we got the car. It does get really good gas mileage. That's just a plus. Now let's check out underneath the hood. All right, so it definitely looks new when you're underneath the hood of this thing compared to the outside of the car. It's got a nice hood liner. There's your hood. What else do we got in here? The engine's pretty nice, pretty clean. Exhaust comes out the back. You can access your brake fluid. You can see your battery connections right here. Air cleaner looks like it's pretty easily serviceable. You can check your oil. You can see your overflow coolant there. It's actually down low. It should have some added. Washer fluid is right here on the top. It tells you the engine hole, SAE 016. So, like I said, not a big Toyota person. I really don't know too much about these. This was just a rental. It did kill plenty of bugs if you take notice. Let's get this hood shut. Okay, let's check the interior of this thing out. All right, so your driver's door just kind of opens up like that. It does take a key. There is no passive when you have the key in your hand to be able to change any of that. You do have up and down, front and back, and power recline. This is for the lumbar support. All of the, I know the front windows are auto up and down. I didn't play with the back yet, but you can lock. Here's your door lock. Here's, you can lock your windows. Here's your mirror control. And I'm not sure what this is for. Now, when you come into the car, it does light up pretty nice right there. Shows you what door is open. Okay, and it goes shut. This is the key. Kind of reminds me of a Volkswagen. Okay, it's got lock, unlock. You can hold for the trunk. Guess hold for panic. No clue why. You can tell it's had plenty of people miss the keyhole, even sliding down underneath. So, insert our key. This is what happens. Not ready to drive. Well, that's weird. Okay. It says Toyota there. It does say Camry here in the middle, which is pretty cool. All right, we just had to turn the radio off because it came on. The shifters here. It's pretty cool that this is set up like this. You can come back. I guess this is a sport mode, which nothing that I needed to use. I did put it into eco when we were driving. Okay, and it'll show your eco thing there. We were averaging 42.3. There's 207 left in this tank. So, you know what I mean? I guess that's overall average is basically around 40. You know, we were averaging 62 miles an hour, which we did all highway driving. So, there's that. It does have paddle shifters, one on each side. You can set your cruise control here, turn it on. That's how close you want to be to the car in front of you. You can turn on the lane centering active and steering assist. It kind of helps you, which is, I don't know, it's a little weird. The centering, it will beep at you. Mode for the radio, the controls for the stereo. It does have two cup holders. It does have this that shuts. I'm not sure what is supposed to be here because that was already missing. They do give you a 12 volt power point down here. Okay, and they give you a USB. If you plug into this USB, it will work for Apple CarPlay. I do have an iPhone, so that's what worked for me. Rear defrost, and then you know you can do. I ran it on auto and then kind of just adjusted each side for the temperature. It worked out really good for us. And your radio controls home. They give you a menu. I'm not sure what this is. Projection. Okay. Audio. You go in here and you decide what source you're going to use. The maps, obviously they're not installed. Phone. Phone, you can go in here for that. If you have it hooked up, it will bring apps up, I assume. Like I said, we didn't really need to use too much of this. I just plugged in, used the Apple CarPlay. We did try the radio out a little bit. There will be an emblem here. If somebody's sitting, it will say passenger side airbag on. Now, I did notice one thing with the back seat. It will show 1, 2, 3 spots here in red for the seat belts not being buckled if you have stuff sitting on the seat, which I'm sure there's an airbag sensor in there. If you do have luggage, like I said, I loaded it up, I didn't know if it was going to beep at me or anything, so I actually just clicked the seat belts together, and this thing kept asking me every time we shut the car off to check my back seat, which I thought was a little funny. All right, so 2 decent cup holders. They worked out quite well. Decent sized center console. Very, I don't know, soft pad. Sitting here holding this with my elbows on both here. They did get a little sore after a couple hours of driving. They do give you another USB charging port, and then I guess this is the USB-C port to charge off of. I give you some stuff here usually when you get these rental disinfecting wipes, just to let you know that there's a charge. All right, now mirror will flip up. There's nothing special there. You know, you got sunglass case. I'm not touching this. Very bright LED light there for your map lights. Now this will fold down, and when you slide the mirror across, the LED to light up your face does turn on, which is kind of cool. All right, what else? Good handles here. Let's see here. Okay, the rear is one touch. Up and down, along with the front windows. Okay. A little easier to see here. Up and down, real easy. Anybody knows that it's kind of hard to get your window to stop like this when you have those auto up, auto down. But that's kind of your driver's compartment. Let's just jump out here. Let's jump into the back seat now. These seats are both back all the way, okay, just so you can see. I don't need it back all the way because I do have some room here, so I come forward just a little bit. This was a comfortable seating position for me. Your steering column will go up and down a little bit, and it will go in really far and out, okay. So I just kind of lined it up so I could see down into my gauges. Now a couple things I wish this car would have had would have been, one, heated seats, heated steering wheel. It does, I think it has auto headlights, but we turned them on and off. The car that I'm used to driving does have them, and it's a lot older. This one doesn't have rain sensing wipers, so it's kind of a little different from what I'm used to also, because we did get some rain on our drive going through parts of Tennessee and Arkansas on our way to Texas. Now let's jump out. Let's check this back seat out. Okay, so you can see the door looks like it has some pockets. Drinks did fit in here quite nicely. Let's see, it is one touch in the rear also. It does have some child seat anchors. This cover is obviously missing. You can fold down the center. It does give you a place for some drinks. Both sides do have some map pockets. Let's jump in here. All right, now I'm 6 foot. I have plenty of headroom. I think I could ride in here, even with the seat back and recline for someone of my size in the front. Still very comfortable, you know. You're not super comfortable, but it works. You could take drives with this. Now, little cubby here. Let's see how this is. With this down, it would be nice if there was something to grab a hold of, but that seems to work out okay. Shut the door, man. That's soft. I wish these front pads were this kind of soft up there. That would have been a whole lot nice to put your elbow in to rest your hand while you're steering the steering wheel, obviously. Okay. All right, now, other than hitting some of the bad stuff, like I was saying, about the no heated seats, no heated steering wheel, creature comforts that you would expect. The Xterra that I rented last year did have those also. As far as driving is concerned with this, okay, I just want to say, overall review, man, let's just say the bad, okay. The gas pedal, most people wouldn't have driven a manual car that are probably going to watch this. If you drive a manual car and you got a really heavy clutch, it's kind of hard on your knee, you know you're pushing on something pretty hard. Well, that's the way this gas pedal feels to me in comparison to a lot of other cars that I drive. Now, whether I'm correct or not, I did do some searching on the internet, because when you're driving this thing and you're going on, and let's just say you're doing like 35 or 40 and you need to accelerate, to like get on an on-ramp or just get past someone a little bit on the highway, it almost feels like this transmission is slipping, because it'll rev like crazy, and if you're not used to it, you almost lift up off of it because you think that there's something wrong with the tranny, especially if it's the first time you're driving one of these. So that was kind of an issue. I did try to do some research. Some people said they had problems with it. Whether there's something wrong with this one and it's supposed to be like that or not supposed to be like that, I don't know. But it was just really weird. You know, setting this thing for cruise control and just coasting down the road, transmission was fine for that. The little bit of driving we did, running to a restaurant or to a Walmart or whatever down there and some shops and checking some stuff out, it drove okay. It's not a car that I'm gonna say that you can get in and ask a lot for it when you want to accelerate. Okay, so I'm gonna throw my seatbelt on and we're gonna take this thing for a quick little drive just so we can see the what do you want to call it, the steering assist. It has a little screen and it has two lights on either side, and it'll light up kind of like the one where I showed where you push the button and it's got those 3 bars. Well, it'll light up and it'll tell you if you're going one way or the other when it sees the lines going down the highway. The centering, it's kind of weird. Like, you're kind of trying to drive and it feels like you're almost fighting the steering wheel in this one in comparison to the Xterra that we drove the other year. And it'll actually beep at you. So let's pull this thing back into gear and let's go for a little drive. All right, so here we are. I'm down the road here a little bit. I just like I said, I'm just putting. It's 35 mile an hour down through here, so we'll just see if we can get this turned on. There you go, lane centering. So it'll beep at you. I actually had it yell at me the one time, and it's put your hands on the steering wheel. So I thought that was kind of cool. I can tell that this car, like I said, it has 25,000 or over 25,000 miles on it, being a rental. It is probably the original brakes. It doesn't feel bad when you do a slow stop, but if you try to stop a little bit, I can tell that there is some warpage in the rotors from heat, which is probably quite normal for used brakes. So we're just kind of going along here. I'm going to try to just stab this thing once. Let's get somewhere. It's telling me I got to get back in the lines. I think there's a hill up here I can. We'll just kind of coast down this. So it's got your tire pressures. It will show you your mileage. It's beeping at me more. Okay, so you can see. And like I said, pushing on this gas pedal, trying to maintain a consistent speed going down the highway when you're pushing on this gas pedal just was a little tough. All right, let's see here. Let's see how that gets. It's got like that weird delay. Now, I did read and it did say that it does learn from your driving, and I guess that's a good thing. Like I said, we didn't drive this thing that much other than highway driving and a little other small driving, so it's not like we drove it too bad as far as that is concerned. Overall, I mean, not a bad car other than the couple things that I had pointed out. See, look, it's really tough to get on that and get this. let's get it kicked down. And it's working a little better. Like I said, the little bit of research I did said that it does learn, so it is starting to get a little bit better. But it was really, really weird. Like I said, I don't like the way the transmission shifts. I don't like how hard the gas pedal is. There's a couple other features that would have been nice that this thing would have had. What I can say, when you're driving along and you're, you know, some of the roads we were on were, you know, 75, I think. 70, 75 was pretty much kind of the average speed down some of them roads where it was posted that speed limit. And you could tell the hood is a little thin. You could see the hood like bouncing around. So that was kind of a little, you know what I mean? Until you got used to that, that was something different, seeing the hood move. You know, it would be cool to have like a tinted windshield, or not the tinted windshield, the tinted rear view mirror when people come up behind you, along with the side mirrors. But not every car has that. Maybe one of these that's higher option does. Now, it seems, like I said, you know, we're just running in eco mode, and that's where it's at. I don't need to, see, the brakes do work pretty good. Not that I really needed to jab them like that, but, so, man, a Toyota Camry, I don't know if I'd own one. It is pretty cool. I know they offer a TRD, Toyota Racing, whatever it is. That might be a little bit better because I'm more of a sporty car kind of person. But, you know, the seat wasn't too bad. It was pretty comfortable for the long drive. And, yeah, I guess I'm just going to let it at that. So we'll see ya. Bye.